Don Quixote is a novel written by Spanish author Miguel de Cervantes in the early 17th century. It is considered one of the most important works in Western literature and is widely regarded as the first modern novel. The novel tells the story of a middle-aged man named Alonso Quixano, who becomes so obsessed with the romantic tales of knights and chivalry that he decides to become a knight himself. He sets out on a series of adventures with his loyal squire, Sancho Panza, seeking to right wrongs and defend the helpless, even if his efforts often lead to comical misunderstandings. Throughout the novel, Don Quixote's delusions are contrasted with the reality of the world around him, and his attempts to impose his own vision of chivalry on the people he encounters often lead to disastrous consequences. The novel also explores themes of love, friendship, and the power of imagination. Don Quixote has been widely praised for its satire, humor, and psychological depth, and it has influenced countless other works of literature and art. It continues to be a beloved classic today, over 400 years after its initial publication. There are several important characters in Don Quixote. Here are some of the most significant. Don Quixote, the main character and protagonist of the novel. He is a middle-aged man who becomes so obsessed with tales of knights and chivalry that he sets out to become a knight himself. He is known for his delusions of grandeur and his tendency to see the world in a distorted way. Sancho Panza, Don Quixote's loyal squire and traveling companion. He is a poor farmer who is enticed by the promise of riches and adventure. He often serves as a voice of reason, trying to bring Don Quixote back to reality. Dulcinea del Toboso, Don Quixote's imagined lady love. He never meets her in person, but he believes her to be the most beautiful and virtuous woman in the world. Rocinante, Don Quixote's old and feeble horse, whom he believes to be a noble steed fit for a knight. The Duke and Duchess, a wealthy couple who invite Don Quixote and Sancho Panza to their home and play pranks on them. The innkeeper and his daughter. The innkeeper is one of the first people Don Quixote encounters on his journey, and he mistakes the inn for a castle. The innkeeper's daughter becomes the object of Don Quixote's affections, whom he calls Dulcinea. There are many other memorable characters in the novel, including various knights, merchants, priests, and peasants whom Don Quixote encounters on his adventures. Don Quixote's message to the world is one of idealism, courage, and perseverance in the face of adversity. Despite his many failures and setbacks, he never gives up on his quest to right wrongs and defend the helpless, even if it means going against the norms and expectations of society. Through his adventures, Don Quixote teaches us the importance of following our dreams and pursuing our passions, even if they seem impossible or impractical. He reminds us that it is never too late to change our lives and that we should never stop fighting for what we believe in. At the same time, Don Quixote also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked idealism and the importance of balancing our dreams with the reality of the world around us. He shows us that there is a fine line between imagination and delusion, and that it is important to stay grounded in reality while still maintaining a sense of wonder and possibility. Overall, Don Quixote's message is one of hope and inspiration, urging us to embrace our inner knights and live our lives with passion, courage, and a sense of purpose.